Why are you winning games? Mahomes got more interceptions than thrown TDs right now.
I'll tell you
It,
why they're winning games, bro. Their defense is ranked top five. They're giving up 295 yards a game. And here's what I want to point out. I don't really like talking about the Chiefs because last time we talked about the Chiefs, people got on me in the comments, and all I did was state facts. So this time I'm not even going to talk about Patrick Mahomes at all. I'm going to talk about Steve Spagnuolo and Andy Reid, defensive coordinator and head coach. Combined together, they got 8 Super Bowl rings. Throwing the offensive coordinator, Matt Nagy, they got 10. The reason why they're beating these teams is because they're out coaching these guys. That's it.
yeah,
And not to mention they're
yeah.
averaging like 120 plus yards a game rushing the ball, which is pretty important. And they got like 10 touchdowns rushing to Patrick Mahomes 8. But
Hmm.
that's why they're winning these games, bro. There's nobody on par with their coaching staff. It's not even possible. Because technically Steve Spagnuolo could be a head coach somewhere, but he's not. So because of that, he has the IQ of a head coach. So he's playing the game just as well as Andy. He's calling his side of the game just as well as Andy Reid is.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
throw in the fact that these other teams aren't on par with that. Yeah, and let's look at the teams that did give him trouble. Jim Harbaugh and John Harbaugh. You know, the Bengals game was I'm not gonna say it was an anomaly because the Bengals did show up, but that's Joe Burrow. You know what I'm
He
saying?
he does that when he play them. He
Yeah,
just do
like
that. He
those are
just
the
do that.
games that's been challenges. I think the Falcons game, and people say what they want to say, but it wasn't as close as people made it
Nah,
out to be.
that's the whatever game. Nah, what's interesting left in their schedule is definitely that Steelers. The Bills, I guess you can say, but the Bills are always hit or miss. They might push it, they might not.
Absolutely.
The that Steelers one, I can't wait to see that.
I think they can. And I would say the scarier part to me is that it doesn't even seem like they're trying to go undefeated right now. It seems to me like they're really just out coaching these teams. And then you put the
Yeah,
ball in,
no, no, no.
a quarterback's hand who can properly manage the game and you get victories.
Yeah.
So, but I think the Steelers and the Bills game are
But
what I want to
I
highlight.
only heard two losses with a possible three if the Browns do it. I
Yeah.
think they lose to the Steelers and I think they lose to the Chargers. I don't think he's beaten John twice.
Well, what's interesting to me and kind of how I look at it is if they make it to December undefeated, I would say the team would actually start trying to go undefeated because one, the road's going to be through Arrowhead by that point if they remain undefeated. So,
Maybe the young guys, but not your Mahomes and your Kelseys. They're not,
but are they losing games? Is the
you know,
thing. And if the answer is no
no,
to that,
they're not gonna try to lose any game. But you know what I mean? They're also not going to like,
overexert themselves, I get you there.
yeah, they're gonna stick
But
to the game plan.
But let's look at it like this, right? Because sometimes I did want to point out too, even with the Chiefs, is looking at their offense and their defense. I already mentioned their rushing yards. They're averaging 225 yards passing a game, but their offense is averaging 24 points a game, and their defense is giving up 17 points a game. So for the most part, they've had a one-score victory in these
Yeah,
games. So if
yeah,
you're telling me I
they had
got
a one score
Mahomes,
victory versus the Raiders.
so if you're telling me I got Mahomes in a one possession game, I don't think he's trying to lose that, and nor does he have to overexert himself to get that victory. That's kind of just what they do as an organization. So to answer that question, I feel like they can. Will they? I don't think so.